we'll continue with combat. I'm pretty sure we all know why we're here. And what happened last time is pretty simple. You did a lot of combat.
Mistakes might have been made.
The Strapsmith really likes the fact that V is not doing so okay. And he's gonna attempt to stab him. 17.
Yeah, that misses.
Aw. Red hat. Just so you know, after this combat, I'm gonna shelf Iris out of the way. I'm not gonna be playing her character.
Yeah, fair.
Roger daughter.
Just assume that she's casting Firebolt and missing.
Can I get an oof in chat?
Red hat comes out here to see a T-Rex writhing on the floor from falling off the platform. And the Harvester also on the floor, not looking too great. And he'll jump down and attack the Harvester twice. Ew.
Nice.
Oh, okay. That's neat. For whatever reason, it deleted the health of the...
I mean...
I guess that means it has no health.
It did do a lot of damage to it.
He stayed. Woo!
Harvester does not look happy. V, you're still trapped, poisoned, restrained.
Yeah. I looked this up before, but I can still do my actions, so I'm gonna flail on the ground with my sword at the Trapsmith. That's a
disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
That misses twice.
Yep. And my turn. I have disadvantage no matter what, so it doesn't really matter, even if I get up.
Okay. A kobold opens this door, walks out, looks like it's about to say something. It just takes the time to observe the room for a moment. There's a giant T-Rex that's flailing around, very angry. And there is the Harvester being beaten by some giant bull-looking thing. He kind of just raises a finger, its mouth agape a little bit, and he's like, no. And just closes the door.
He was the wisest of everyone. Time for Shimmery to do something different.
T-Rex Alveos, you can hear the door click as it's being locked.
Wait, what? I thought it was Shimmery's turn.
No.
Weird. Did it just skip? Did you double click or?
No, you're at third.
Yeah, and V just went.
Oh, okay.
I am confusion. One way or the other.
It's your turn, damn it, go!
Shimmery will move here and activate Aura of Vitality. Spell save DC 6. That's different. But
in case they want to resist.
Weirdos. She'll cast it on Red Hat. I'm helping.
Oh. Well.
I mean, Up to you.
I'll just take my result, but next time you gotta roll it. I didn't know if you were gonna roll it or not.
All good.
Anything else?
That'll be all.
Alright. At the end of your turn, the Harvester will use Maw of the Void on Red Hat. Who fails? You see Red Hat disappear before you in this kind of blackness.
Is Alpheus Rex able to see
Yeah.
that?
You're not able to cast spells while you're...
No. It wasn't like counterspell or anything. Does he recognize that?
I was saying your bestial form, no.
Okay.
Not a lot of things come to your mind other than slaughter, kill, hungry.
Hmm.
It's Kobold Inventor. We'll throw another invention of it at V. And this.
Oh, thank God.
Your Harvester. It's not looking too happy. Hmm. Well, it's been a delightful time. But I can see where this is going. I bid you all adieu. And he lifts up his hat and gives a small bow to Chimray.
I kind of want to be a shitter if he's trying to leave.
What do you want to do?
He's technically within range of me through a wall.
Huh?
I have reach.
He's probably going to teleport.
Oh,
You can't. Yeah, you cannot stop a teleport.
my heart. No.
He will use plane shift.
Do I have counterspell? I don't have counterspell. Shit.
And you can, and you just see him kind of just disappear, and like his body phases out of existence. Red Hat, for his part, actually pops back up into the material plane again. He just looks around confused.
Perhaps for the best.
Alpheus, the dinosaur.
You.
If you want Iris to cancel it at any time, just ask and she'll stop concentrating.
Well, considering he has 4 intelligence, he's going to go over here so that he can. He's going to make himself in range to hit where he was. So he's going to try to stomp over and try to look at the ground and just try to bite the air, thinking that he might be invisible.
Sure. You're gonna scare the hell out of Red Hat.
If you could understand T-Rex, he was right here. God damn it.
Yeah, you turn around and you bite at nothingness. You knock over this pillar right here. You destroy part of the staircase as well. And you screech. Would you like the spell to be continued on you?
No.
Okay. Suddenly where the T-Rex was, Alpheus, you just kind of plop onto the ground.
He's just going to say, son of a bitch.
Iris, for her part, let's see. Ray of Frost! Whee! Misses. Kobold Trapsmith is gonna still stab at you. Hey, a 20?
No, that still misses. I think I have 22 with my new shield.
Nice. Alright, Red Hat. He's got no more enemies.
More this way.
He starts running up the stairs even though it's broken,
Good.
reaching along the way.
Good.
B?
More flailing. Ah! More flailing! Oh, that hits.
Hey!
And, do I have any more maneuvers? Yes, I do. This. Drop that damn dagger you hit me with.
Drop the dagger, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. He no longer has the dagger.
I grab it with my teeth.
Can you?
No! But he looks like he's trying his best to. And
You're not gonna even keep trying to do a save for any of this crap?
wouldn't I have to... isn't it like a bowl? I have to, like, use an action or a move? Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, but even if I got up, I'd still have disadvantage because I'm fucking poisoned.
Shimray. You can hear the frustrated yells of V.
Ain't none gonna break my stride. Who's more hurt? Or who's lower HP, V or Red Hat?
Probably
I think V.
I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine, goddammit.
Actually, the dash is the main action, so she can run further. There's a bonus action. Yeah, Red Hat gets a elf.
Alright. Anything else?
That is all my actions.
Hiya! It came from behind as he tries to stab you.
Bitch, you thought. Misses.
Alfeos.
He'll run to the other side of the door, and like the kobold on the other side, shut it, and then he'll look to lock it, and then he'll be like, I don't know how to lock this, and then just dash down the hallway. Actually, no, he'll stop at this doorway. Make sure Jarvis doesn't leave.
Travis is sitting there, chained, hurt now. Iris, more firebolt. Woo, misses. Kobold traps him.
Yeah, does he come down and grab his dagger from my teeth?
Nah, he's gonna do something a bit more interesting. He pulls out a device, presses a button, and throws it at Iris. Let's see here. Everybody within 30 feet.
15.
15, Mike.
Which includes himself.
Yeah, it does. And Shimray.
Ah, Whore.
Oh, even with.
You get a +4.
Hey, Josh.
Remember.
Use Shield Master to take no damage. I'm curious of the logistics of V getting his shield in the way of this to take no damage.
Even if you succeeded, you take 5 damage, and the area around here is now difficult terrain.
I take no damage.
Concentration is a Constitution save, correct?
Yes.
All right.
You make it.
Nice.
And if you fall prone, joke's on you, I've been prone this whole time.
Cut in half. Cut in half.
Kill.
Yeah, he's Cobalt is mincemeat.
Toten. Zerstoren.
V?
It's a strength save to get out of this shit, right?
Yes.
Or,
Strength save.
or is it
DC
athletics?
save
Is that athletics?
You get a +4.
Is it a save or athletics?
Grapple check, so I guess it's a skill.
I'm I'm free!
Still poisoned.
There. I just look angrily at him. And then my turn.
Grr. Poor Kobold. He's supposed to get wrecked.
See, I'm scary.
That can go to V. Don't worry, you weren't hurt by that bomb at all.
Yeah, I know I wasn't because Shield Master. Somehow.
I'll maneuver and make a single attack at the kobold. As much as I want to spare all of them, it's kind of becoming more and more obvious that they're all willing to die.
You're gonna miss.
I hate you. Does a 15 hit actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, alright, do you want to declare you're doing non-lethal damage?
Sure, she's just rolling her halberd back and then slapping him over the fucking head with the flat of it.
I'll say that, oh.
I get to reroll the damage.
Why would you?
Boom. He's instantly knocked out. He just kind of drops the like little inventions on the floor, and he just flops to the ground.
I like kobolds.
The big red whelp on the back of his head, and that will end combat.
oh, that ended better than I thought.
From this point on, Iris will just be doing her own thing. I will not be taking over her character.
Alright. I still have 16 more d6 to dish out health, or 8 more 2d6 sets. So
Sure.
might as well make the most of it. Alright. One Alright, 8.
Which are these are going to whom?
I'll say the first 3 go to V. Then the 7, 7, 8 can go to Red Hat. And then I'll take the last 12.
Couldn't have healed me by 1 extra. Would have been at 69.
Don't worry, that's what lay on hands are for. If you're willing to let a drow touch you, at least.
No.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure you can fix my poison, but I'm not gonna touch my drow.
That took 50 seconds. Now, I believe that we have a person of interest in the other room.
While you're doing that, Alpheus would have gone over and put Cure Wounds on Iris. And walked back to the gate, so she healed for 12.
What are you going to do with the kobold friend here, who is now knocked out?
Find him and drag him to the doorway. Here, I suppose. Snoring is better than, well,
Grr.
now the elephant in the room.
Her voice from the doorway. Well, he's really a tiger. If you want to get into it.
Contemplates how Alpheus's head would appear on a spike.
Alfie.
He'll hold his spear just so that at the right angle it looks like his head is on a spike.
A true thinking of a drow. I love it. Speaking of heads on spikes,
Why, it's nice to see a familiar face down in the depths.
especially those that would attack me.
You make quite the name for yourself, but I find it peculiar to find you here when all the Racktails were infected or dead.
There wasn't anything I could do.
I'm curious. We know the cult did it, but do you know anything that exacerbated it?
The chief was going to betray. How in the fuck did I blink on his name?
Azura?
Yeah, wow. I blinked on his name for a full second there. That's really bad. He was going to betray General Thura and inform you of his plans.
I'm gonna insight that because she does not trust this cat at all.
Could I insight as well?
Jesus, oh no. My Saturday rolls, they've come to haunt me.
Hey Josh, I have a question for when 1 minute passes of us talking to Jarvish. I want to know if he has less than 68 HP.
No, he does not.
So he has more?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious. It's one of my abilities that this is the first time I'm using it.
Well,
I can flash it.
for his part, he's telling most of the truth, but he's not telling all of the truth.
Hmm.
Don't suppose you know what these plans were?
I wasn't that privy to him. Perhaps we could talk better if you let me out of these chains. I've been tortured for multiple days.
I feel a tad comfortable if you remain in them.
He's healthier than I am, for what
You
it's worth.
physically frown.
If he relays the fact that he's not that hurt.
If I didn't know better, you were treating me like an enemy.
Laughs at my ability called Know Your Enemy.
I can't even say I put too much trust into the Racktails, much less their associates.
I was the one willing to give you them. Unless you have forgotten.
You're also the one who was willing to betray their master.
Because he was a fool who was going to get them all killed.
Hmm. We live in interesting times. We need to make more friends than we do enemies. We have been working to this with moderate success. What can you tell me of the Grey Rocks? As far as I see it, they survived this culling, whereas the Racktails all perished.
From what I heard before I escaped, I heard that they were afraid, that they were planning on moving their tribe, though it disdained them so. I was tempted to go with them.
Something was curious to me. We have met with the Grey Rocks, and if I do recall correctly, they remembered you. In fact, they remembered that you went to them with a similar offer of what you came to us with, sorting with the chief of the Racktails.
Well, after you denied my proposal, I thought going with the Grey Rocks would be a better choice. What can I say? I am ambitious.
Ambitious indeed. And I'll give you credit as well. Perhaps you're even a little cunning.
Kind of, sort of squints his eyes, his cat-like eyes. If you were to free me, I'd be eternally grateful. Perhaps even serve you.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. Alpheus, you kind of get the feeling he's being quite coy with what he's saying. He probably does mean to serve Shimray for a time. Like, there's definitely ulterior motives in what he's saying.
Hmm. So he'll speak up and say, so you'll serve her for as long as you did your old masters before you decide maybe you're the one who should be leading.
You see him sniff. I won't lie to you. The first time I see you fall at your darkest hours and your greatest point of weakness, I will try to vie for power. But that will only happen if you don't stay strong.
Shimray will walk in front of him. She won't kneel down or adjust herself to be at eye level, but she will hold her demeanor. I have sisters. For over 2 centuries, I've had sisters. And they were ambitious as well. And they were conniving, each and every one of them. Some of them have died. But for all my siblings, all my crafty siblings, I don't trust a single one of them as far as I can throw them. Ambition is a dangerous tool in servants. And my sisters were all servants, whether they realized it or not. You remind me of them.
Sometimes ambition is what you want in someone as well. It's the driving force that we should all have. Those with ambition look to always improve and get better. I certainly wouldn't be your weakest pawn, but I wouldn't be your trustworthy one.
Shimmer will turn to V and Alpheus. She won't say anything, but she's just looking at how you two are appearing. Because she knows exactly what she wants to do right now.
I'm not gonna say how V's reacting. What about you, Alpheus?
Probably just looking straight faced at Jarvis. And it looks like he's almost like snapping his fingers over and over again. Like he's about ready to just snap a sacred flame, but that's just him.
Yeah. Luckily, V, knowing that there's a good chance that one of the two of you will kill him, knows that his HP is pretty decent right now. And it's just like, I could probably stop whatever's gonna happen before it goes too far.
Are you still poisoned, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be poisoned for a while. It's only skill and attack rolls, don't worry about it.
Shimray will look at her compatriots and then turn back. Ambition is a useful tool indeed. but a dangerous one, subordinate. And she will strike, hoping to kill Jarvis.
Whoa!
Right as you attempt to attack him, he sees like with his cat-like eyes, he sees that you're going to attempt to attack him. You see that suddenly his fur disappears, and you miss your attack because his body changes to a smaller size. You will notice, however, the restraints that are on him also shrink with his new size. And Jarvis is now in his human form. He still has those really unsettling cat-like eyes, and he has a very dark tone to his skin. You know, the equivalent of an African American today. And he's glaring at you while holding on to your halberd. So, this is the mercy of humanoids.
Whoa! Shimry, what the fuck?
Yeah, I knew all of you were the same. None of you can stand what I am. So the best thing to do is always to kill it. I agree.
Not really. See, we have a guy who's like you. And he's set up pretty well back where we live.
Like me.
A different creature, but he can do that whole, human, not human thingamajiggy.
What is his name?
Why should we tell you?
Because it's important. There's only one other I know that is like me.
His name is Tim.
V no glares at Ajax. Like, what the fuck?
The character's glaring at a player. Oh no.
Yeah, I just look through your computer screen like, what the fuck?
Nervous just kind of raises up an eyebrow at that, staring at the fucking halberd that was trying to strike towards him.
Look, I don't like the idea of him coming with us, but I still don't think we should kill him here.
If you're going to kill me, at least do it more humane than trying to strike me down like some other animal.
Hey, nobody's getting stricken down right now.
Or at the very least, allow me to fight to the death. Instead of sitting here like a mewling kitten.
At that, Shimray will actually pull the halberd back.
I never thought I would have to show this form ever again. It disgusts me. And as soon as you pull the halberd back, you'll see him change form again back to what you know as Jarvis, which is kind of a mix between a tiger and a humanoid.
V is looking between Jarvis and Shim right now, like, what the fuck?
It's kind of just like a staring contest between the two. I don't know what Jarvis would want to say in this situation. He definitely feels threatened. He feels like he's gonna die.
V will stand closer to Jarvis.
Honor is certainly a rarity, and I can appreciate it when it's around. If you want to die in combat, then I can allow it.
Good.
He's just doing the John Travolta thing where he's just like, what? Shimmery, does he really need to die?
Nah, I can't do that. Shame. She'll, need is a narrow word. But I don't trust him to live.
So you'd rather just kill him under the ground, like some sort of animal, like he said?
I'd rather let him die in combat. We can bring him forth and give him proper rights, if he desires.
I mean, I know he's not a good guy, but that doesn't mean he deserves to just, like, get executed by combat.
I would prefer it over than this. At least if I die in combat, I knew it would be a failure of my own skills.
Shut up, you're not helping yourself.
You just glare at that, V. Unless you want to be my opponent.
Shimrael will look at V.
I'm talking about not killing him.
There's honor and death in combat both.
We can let him go and he can go off somewhere and not be our problem anymore.
Ambition and scheming don't go far. Just look at Layla.
Yes, but that's their life to live. As long as they're not doing anything heinous, it's not something to kill them over.
Shimmery, give me a perception check. You would have noticed that when you mentioned the name Layla, that one of Jarvis's ears twitched at that and like faced towards you more.
Can I insight check that if Alpheus would have seen it?
I mean, there's not much you could insight out of it.
Well, it's mainly if he could tell if it was
I mean, you're kind of
him finding a way to argue, or if it's him recognizing the name through familiarity with the person.
Yeah, but how would you recognize that Shimmery recognized that? Like,
He has a pass of a 15. That's why
no, but
he's
you're like
standing by
looking
the
at
door.
the back of her head.
That's a 5-foot square, man.
Okay, whatever, I don't care.
Well, in either case, Shimrael will continue this. Since Layla has arrived, she's only been hoping to advance her own means. Would have been simpler if we got rid of her, to be honest.
Oh yeah, just kill her too? Is that the only solution for you fucking drow?
Not the
Alright.
only, but it's a lot more clean.
Jarvis definitely looks more interested now. So you have a problem?
Hey, you stay out of this. Unless you want to die, stay out of this, because you're not helping yourself.
No. If you have a problem, such as an undesirable, perhaps a deal could be made.
You're kind of making me not want to help you.
You haven't been in the world long enough, have you?
He just looks at him and is like, how many hundreds of years have you been in this world?
He holds up 3 claws.
Fair. And then he looks back to Shimray.
She just crosses her arms. V is the baby in this discussion.
It is true, but I'm also the one that is like trying to get people killed.
I mean, Shimmer is still more than happy to just complain about Leela. She has attempted to insert more people under her influence to assert dominance over the council. She has actively undermined several of us in an attempt to gain more power over the council. She is actively encouraging a divisive conflict between us.
If she's such a problem, why not hire someone?
Maybe you two are perfect for each other, and then V will just like leave the room and just look at Ajax. Like,
I mean, this is basically like how Tyrion did it, where he was listening to those slavers that were gonna just kill him.
yeah.
Jarvis is listening intently, seeing if he can get out of this situation. So
She's like, fuck this. I don't care.
that's the description for you, Alpheus. He's just trying to find a way to get out of this situation.
Got it. Figured. Just wanted to double check.
I mean, Shimmer is more than accustomed with this scenario as well, so I think she's getting the same impression. But she'll just sort of watch V leave, and then and then she'll turn to Jarvis. Why don't I hire someone? A blade in the night, a drop of poison in wine.
Doesn't necessarily need to be killed either. He looks towards the wall here.
She'll keep a stone-faced at that. You yourself seem more interested in dying honorably in a fight.
If I can live, I would be stupid not to take the opportunity. I heard you have a problem, so I can offer a solution. And it would be an exchange of my life, of course.
You really are just like my sisters. Shimmery still very much wants Jarvis dead.
Yeah. If you want to kill him, you can just go right ahead and slash at him. He's not going to be able to pull the same trick now that you've seen it.
V is still against the chained up execution, but no, he doesn't care if Jarvis dies here.
In any case, it would be a disgrace either way to die in such an unadorned way. It would be a sacrilege to a friend of mine.
Helpless, can't help how they die. Filthy business. Fuck.
It's definitely a dilemma. Do you feel like you need like a small break to think about it, or?
I mean, it's really plainly, does Shimmery feel more inclined to honor and order and want to let him die fighting, or is she more willing? Is she more worried about having a loose end?
Could always bring him to see Tim, and they could have a fight.
I'd rather not bring him anywhere near where we're going, especially alive.
All right.
Oh, I like. Oh, I like how Jarvis managed to just like, just like get me to be just like, oh fuck this.
Shimei will.
If you want, instead of you or V or Red Hat fighting him, I could always fight him. I've barely taken that much injury.
I'm just trying to decide if her attempted conditioning is taking more power than her inherent breed. Okay, then.
If we're gonna fight him, Josh, I might actually want to ask this. What's his AC compared to 22? Is it lower, the same, or higher? Lower. Okay. All right, Ajax, you got it. He only has a little. He only has somewhere around 21 or less AC and more HP than I do.
I mean, Shimei will pull her halberd back and she'll be clean about it and make it quick. She'd rather not let a dangerous and unpredictable perhaps not unpredictable, but a dangerous loose end remain. She will kill him while he is chained.
Ah!
Okay. During this moment, you would automatically get a critical, and you can deal a killing blow without needing to make a roll. Jarvis's last moments in life involve a very ferocious, like, roar coming from him, similar to a tiger's. And he begins to shake as his blood pools down onto the rest of his fur, and the rest of his clothing is still on him. Khan, I'm sorry. And the lights fade from his eyes as he flops to the ground, dead.
First, no, second, Elvis will split the difference, go around Shimei, and start doing funerary rites.
What the
He'll
fuck?
take two coins that he has underneath the tongue, and yeah, if any of the lava things are open, he'll probably throw the body in there.
He's still chained up.
Never mind, he won't.
Is there any way that we could undo the chains?
Not that you can see of. There is no obvious lock on them.
He's just dumbfounded by this like
Dispel
mercilessness.
magic on the. If it still seems like they're magical, Elvis will do dispel magic on the chains. Try to see if it'll use them.
That'll work.
And then, do the usual burial or funerary rites.
You might want to make sure he doesn't have anything valuable on him before you ditch him. Out of character.
He doesn't have anything anyways.
Okay.
His corpse burns up, and the smell of burnt cat hair fills the air.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Did you guys hear what was the last thing he said?
Yeah,
He said,
Okay, I wanted to make sure that got through.
and
Yeah, it's the
I feel like shit.
Well, that was why he asked who was the other person like him.
You couldn't even give him his last request.
So now what? We tackle the other room?
For Jarvis's full story, little information. He did indeed intend to betray the chieftain and become the chief of the Racktails, and he intended to create an alliance between the two, but he wanted to take advantage of it to be able to take out the Grey Rocks, so that he would have more territory. He is also, was also on the search for a long lost friend he lost about 100 years ago, who was named Khan.
My heart. Shimrai might have made a mistake, everyone.
I'm not telling him what happened.
It was definitely a difficult scenario, and by far, no, he wasn't a good character. He was probably a pretty evil character, and the decision you made can be interpreted as the right one. It's morally ambiguous.
I'm gonna mention this to Khan later.
Oh.
You don't need
V is just like, man, I'm not. It doesn't sit with me well though, like at all. Any part of this, like the execute, like, god damn.
We'll take a 5-minute break. I have to use the restroom.
Yeah, 5 minutes of me just saying what the fuck to Shimray.
I mean, I took a coin flip, and she gave in to her more traditional instincts of better safe than sorry, kill the likely enemy.
Man. I like how like the more and more like V's racism is just like manifesting as like like
Like, don't get me wrong, I wanted to let him die fighting. Pardon me.
like we could have even made it unfair, but like he could have like not died chained up like an animal.
I'm curious how this goes with your paladin oath.
She's a drow.
I don't know it.
You think a drow would take a paladin oath?
As per the rules of the class, yes. However, her oath was not to strangers who she perceives as threats. So
yeah, cause drow. Oh, that's what is it? What's the word when like you say something's gonna happen and then it just like ends up happening because you kept bringing it up all the time?
I have no idea.
neither do I.
Oh god. So, is it Manifest Destiny?
No.
Nah, Manifest Destiny is, America.
Yeah, you know what we gotta do.
Yeah, that's like the closest wording. Like,
Guess what, Canada? You're next. What?
yeah, I mean,
You're yeah.
I just wanted to mention, if you had chosen to fight honorably with him, allow him to fight dying, at some point before, like, when he was probably at his lowest HP, he was going to mention now it's almost as fun as fighting with Khan back in the day.
yeah. Oh.
He would have mentioned a comment, something like along those lines.
Ow.
Man,
Sorry.
like obviously take it, like, even without like us knowing the truth, like, god damn, Shimray, what the fuck?
I mean, hey, you could look at it this way. This is certainly exacerbating the conflicting feelings she's been having since arriving on the surface.
Yeah, but yeah, like, V was right to not trust Drow, is what I'm saying, basically.
This has only reaffirmed his racism towards Drow.
It's true, though! Like, Drow don't even, like, in the back of V's head, like, after seeing that, like, after the conversation, like, it sort of reinforced it a little, but after seeing what Shimray just did, like...
I left it to a coin flip, and
Stop flipping coins over whether people live or die! Or die, you know?
who are you to tell me what I do? God?
Yeah, I will say that if a person chooses to leave it to chance, that's their decision.
You know? That's not what I'm saying.
I was conflicted, and I did what I felt would be the easiest and least painful way of me getting to a decision.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely the most D&D way. Roll a dice to see what happens.
But, like, so basically, like, you mean as the player or as a character? Like, was it a coin flip in Shimray's mind, too?
She was more leaning to killing him outright when he started bartering with dealing with Layla, because that confirmed a grand deal suspicion in her mind.
Yeah. Plus, that's that Shimray's thing to kill people she doesn't like. She doesn't want to.
She doesn't want competition.
Yeah, like that's also in V's mind, like, and they're so similar. Shimray's such a hypocrite. Travel are the same.
So yeah,
So what's
incoming
the
a
plan here?
lot of character development.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and answer Alpheus's question earlier, whether or not we're gonna handle the other room. V just like sort of like disheartened says, after seeing that, I just want to go home.
We have to get out of here.
Last time there was a mention of another dragon possibly being down here from the kobold upstairs, whose name is Snacks.
Bless.
Yeah, I think I don't want to keep going. Like in character, I don't want to keep going. Out of character, I want to keep going.
But yeah, if Shimray sees it, we can go to the danger that we know and turn back and attempt to sneak out or leave, or see if there's anything worthwhile in the next room and then turn around.
Which next room? The one that's filled with lava, or the one that you shut after seeing that there was something in it? So the one filled with lava.
Yes.
If Shimray acquiesces the one that's filled with lava, Alpheus will just deadpan stare her.
V
just
never
say,
relayed that room is filled with lava. He just sort of like went up there and then was like, no.
If
Oh,
Shimray
that's
doesn't, we can always check it and then say, "All right, we're going home."
I mean, out of character. Have you ever seen like one of those fires where like you open the door and it just like engulfs you? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of those fires.
it's lava, but like still, like, that's just what I'm imagining. Like the heat just like blasts you.
Yeah. It's what is it? Back blaster? Not
Yeah,
back blast.
but
It's something.
backflash or something, or something flash, hot flash or something.
It's hot flashes.
Okay.
V will get his bow ready just in case there's something behind that door that can be shot. I don't know if I'm at a good angle, but it's a thought that counts.
Where did your character disappear to?
Well, back the way they came. Up.
No, Alfio's.
He's at the top of the stairs.
Don't see his character at all. Oh, there it is. Holy shit. It just teleported out of the darkness.
On the DM layer, there's like the harvesters right there.
It may have been that I scrolled in accidentally. So yeah.
Alright, Shimmery, if you were to test like the door handle, it's hot, but it's not like scorching, like it's gonna burn you. But yeah, this door, coming from the other side of this door, there's definitely a heat greater than anywhere else.
She'll see about cracking the door and peering through quietly.
Give me a stealth check.
Fuck. Oh my god, he has a name.
Doggy.
Doggle.
Yeah, that's all you see for now. You see a kobold that looks to be, it's best described as he is wearing tribal regalia. Like he's wearing like a skull on top of his head. He has a cloak on. He's pacing around the room, and the kobold's looking very concerned. And of course, it is speaking in Draconic.
Can Iris translate for me?
Sure. No, just hope to. The master isn't here. The master isn't here. And the other dragon's getting so angry.
You'll quietly close the door.
Luckily, they were distracted enough on Doggle not to notice you.
And a strange kobold. And they look like dragonkin. It seemed that the master wasn't home, but I feel like if we go down there, we'll be asking for a fight. Your silence speaks volumes.
Huh? Oh, me? Yeah, so let me start by saying...
I
I meant Alpheus and V. I was hoping that they'd have a little bit of input of, let's people.
V is very noticeably wanting to go home, as mentioned before.
Also, V, your poison runs out by now.
Oh, thank sweet Jesus. I got it.
So our choices are: we go south and try to figure out what's going on, or we go north, back up the stairs, and try to figure out how to sneak past all of those automatons.
The longer we remain here, I feel like the only
Oh, Shimmery, I forgot to mention something. With around where Doggo was like standing on and pacing, you saw a huge amount of like gold and treasure and such.
Oh!
Why would you go?
By the way, yes, I did that intentionally.
I figured.
Oh, man.
Why
But
would you
no,
go?
but
Weird.
yes, like Doggo was literally walking on a pile of treasure, probably Makin's hoard.
Does Shimray relay this to V?
Seems that a smarter kobold was pacing upon a dragon's hoard, which means we can pay for this trip.
Well, I've got an idea, I suppose. You notice that V perks up pretty quickly when it's like, oh, this trip's gonna be worth something. We could rest, ready for battle, and interrogate this kobold.
There's more than a kobold. There's several dragonkin in there.
The one that we
We're
captured.
talking about the inventor. I'm guessing.
Should wake him up now.
If we do, I'd much rather do it in a place that's more soundproof than the hallway leading to that room.
Yeah. Plus, if we're rested, if he does start making noise, we can. Well, actually, didn't we make a lot of noise? I'm surprised they haven't noticed us yet. I mean, these are probably pretty
No,
solid
they did.
The
walls.
walls are really thick.
Yeah.
The only time that was ever noticed was when the T-Rex fell over here, and this kobold heard you.
I like to think that like the boss that V doesn't know is there was just like, hey, go check out what that noise was, and the couple is just like, doo 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 doo. And obviously what we already saw.
He just closed the door, like, yeah, no, I'm good.
The harvester's probably got this.
Alpheus will grab the kobold inventor and start dragging him into
Yeah.
this room.
Well,
You may want
I
to all
thought
those
this room because
bells and whistles off him as well.
this room is
The one down to the south down here.
yeah. No, but like the torture room that was already being used for torture might be the more appropriate room for interrogation for him. Like, think about it.
And he will do what Shimari suggested and take off the bag that has all of his gizmos on it, and put it probably over here.
He's also wearing a tool belt.
He'll also take off the tool belt.
He's also wearing welding goggles.
He'll also take off the welding goggles. Yes.
Okay.
Just strip him
If
naked.
it seems like it could possibly help him outside of clothing, which he'll turn out the pockets of.
Would you like to remove his eyes?
No.
No, while we're at it,
He-
actually.
he needs to see what will happen.
Beat up the dagger.
I mean, after all he's done to V, V's concerned. Just kidding. It's gonna be nice to get a little rest.
How bad are we going to do this?
Punch him.
I mean, there's plenty of lava that we can threaten to bathe him in.
Oh, I have a plan. Don't worry.
Bathe the kobold in lava.
I mean, that's out of character.
Out of character, Ajax has a plan.
V is not so psychotic that he'd be like, yeah, let's just melt his feet in lava. Yet.
I mean, kobolds are only a distant cousin of dragons, so I mean, dunking them in lava would probably not be the greatest idea.
I mean, not like a total bath. There's a little foot bath.
Oh god, he evolved into a full dragon! Fucking run!
Yeah, before we get some rest, V's gonna look at all the shit that the kobolds are working on before I rudely interrupted everything. I suppose maybe I should roll.
Alright, how are we gonna wake him up? He'll shake him awake. Hello there. And he'll give like a sarcastic smile. I'm gonna need you to tell me everything you can about the room to the south.
He blinks. Why are you blue?
Because that's who I am. So are you gonna tell me?
What was the question again?
The room at the end of the hall. No. The one where Doggle is in. Tell me about it now.
I don't think Doggle ever said his name.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know.
Fine, where the kobold with that walks over the gold. The horde, you could say. Tell me about it.
Whoa. The dragon could be angry. His master's taking too long.
Shimmer, give him some health, please.
You'll give a rather gruff 1 point of lay on it.
If he's gonna need wake him up a bit. Wake him up a bit.
Stop him again. Another point.
Blinks.
There, are we all together now?
Why are you blue?
We'll
V
do
is-
that deep growl.
V's gonna try to get some meditation in because this seems like it's gonna take a while.
That room at the end of the hall, the one with all the kobold with that walks on gold. Tell me about it. Tell me about him. Tell me about everything in that room.
Oh, well, that's Doggle. Doggle's in charge of us while Master is gone.
All right. Why is he in charge?
Seems to blank. He just is. Master chose him.
All right. Does he have any big guards?
Our brothers are there.
Describe them.
Points to himself. Like me. Except for they have armor and they have a shield and there's
What kind of armor?
I don't know. Do I
Oh.
look like I have armor?
Fair. But you're an
Like-
inventor, are you not?
I mean, I'm not the blacksmith.
Yeah, well, we make do with what we can. Weapons. What kind do they have?
Our brothers have swords.
Anything special about the swords, or just regular swords?
Swords. Oh, and they can breathe fire.
Nice. What about that room across the hall from this way, from over here?
Wanna go in there?
What's in there?
Master's room. His workshop. He only allows certain kobolds in there.
What particularly might be in there? Surely you've spoken to the ones that have been in there.
Well, there is a giant-sized. What do you call it? The stone man.
Golem?
Shrugs.
All right. Anything else?
And then there's the Kibler maker.
Kibler maker.
He nods.
Any idea of what it does?
He scratches his head. It makes kibble?
Does it make it out of anything in particular?
Oh, master's enemies.
Hmm. Do the two rooms connect?
Stares blankly at that, not understanding you, obviously.
Is there a door or path between your master's room and the room at the end of the hall?
Yeah, that's where all the worker kobolds are.
Hmm.
Not us. We only. Oh. And he looks towards his dead friends. Oh, we used to sleep on the floor here.
Meanwhile, V's over there just meditating.
Hmm. Would you want to come with us? We can at least give you a bigger bed and maybe some more workspace.
Master would kill me. And you.
We already killed your master.
Oh, he always comes back.
And if we kill him and how he comes back?
Seems to kind of think for a moment. You get the feeling like he kind of has an idea, but he wouldn't know how to describe what the process of Macken's return.
Hmm.
I mean, he just sort of tilts his head. You can really see like the gears grinding in his head.
Oh, it's a mech! Kill him! A construct.
I'm not sure. He just sort of appears one day in a new body. One always was the last.
Hmm. Can you tell me anything else about this place?
It's hot.
Other than that, other than the obvious and what you've already said.
There's a lot of treasure.
All right. Anything else? Anyone we might run into?
Well, my sister last night wanted to spend the night with my brother. But he said that she didn't want us to actually stay with him. He only wanted to make the other one jealous.
He's is gonna grab him by the shoulders,
Uh,
and much like the interrogation in the basement of the keep, he's gonna slam him against the wall, and he's gonna say, "I'm not in the mood for any of this. Tell me, are there beings in any way run into? Is there anything else that may want to try to kill us down here?"
I don't know. Maybe the other dragon. I don't know.
What other dragon? What does it look like?
I've never seen him. We've only seen what he can do.
Oh yeah, what can he?
He, he has the black.
Does he create a lot of shadows?
Yeah. How did you know?
Oh, gods above.
He wouldn't tell us his name. And he likes to drag kobolds back into his portal so he can eat them. We try to avoid him. He's not as nice as our master.
He's gonna turn to Shimra and V and give them both a pointed look.
V isn't meditating. You literally look at a guy whose eyes are completely closed.
He's going to give Shimray a pointed look. And then, non-lethally, he's going to punch the kobold until he's knocked out again.
Until?
Just a quick just a quick pop. And just knock him out so that he doesn't have to deal with the intricacies of kobolds.
Well, fortunately for you, it takes a bit to knock him out. You just keep socking him in the face. You're not exactly the strongest person around.
I have a 3 to strength.
And each time you punch him, he cries more before finally you knock him out.
Hey man, I at least do like 1 damage and Shimray healed him for 2, non-lethally. Technically, it should just knock him out in 2.
He does 1 damage plus his strength when he hits the
My strength is 3. It should do 4 damage. Technically,
that's what
I
I
should be able to
said.
knock him out in a hit.
It's 1 plus your strength modifier. Yeah, that's what I said, Ajax.
Yeah, but
I
when you go for like a punching or attacking, it's like it's assuming that you're taking like multiple strikes. Of course, it would
I mean, you did say until, Ajax. You kind of rope yourself into that one.
Kobold now just got lumps on his face down, tears streaming down his eyes, just falling asleep.
So, we want the money.
It seems like one of
that
our
dragon.
It seems like our old friend is here.
He's trying to meditate and he just like off in the distance from his perspective just hears like a kobold getting shit smacked out of him.
V, get up.
Like, you notice V turn in his meditation and then just like would keep relaxing.
Some days it feels like love's in short supply.
Oh yeah, especially with this party. Oh my god.
What is your guys' next move?
I would like some money.
I'd like to finish my the rest.
Soul, do you really forget that we ran into a shadow dragon?
God, I can't remember his name, but it's the guy who likes Drow.
He's the one that's been trying to like free the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to become the queen of the
Free
Drow.
in quotations.
Oh, that one.
Under new management, more likely.
Oh, I remember now.
Are you sure you do?
His name was Ortello.
Oh, that's what it was.
I don't know about you guys, but I want money.
Yeah, and that's you. You always want money.
My money.
How does it feel?
Only
Like?
two encounters. He didn't seem hostile towards you.
Yeah, and now we're fucking with his allies.
We literally
or at least someone who he gets shit from.
We literally murdered a his dragon acquaintance.
If you really think that Drow had some kind of kinship towards each other, you're horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
They're very similar to Drow in that respect. They don't care about family that much.
Yeah.
It's not an equation for them.
Yeah, that's why I said acquaintance. I mean, when I think about it,
common knowledge. Usually, dragons don't associate with each other. Other than usually, sometimes the chromatic or the metallic dragons, who are usually on the good side.
Yeah, but I'm unconscious, I'm mostly unconscious, so I can't say this. But V just thinks that Ortella's like, if we mention this to him or he knows, He's just gonna be like, yeah, you know, if he was stronger, he would have been able to beat you, but I guess you're the better. So, I'll what's the word?
Hmm.
I'll be your acquaintance. Or whatever. Might makes right. That's what I was looking for.
So, are we going to take a dragon horde or not?
50 to 10 to 50 more minutes, Mom. When I get my short rest.
We are not in the best of shapes, but we can still go on and try to, I don't know, try to get them, try to
I
wreck the rest of that room.
have 20 HP to spare.
That's why we short rest.
I meant lay on hands.
That's why we short rest.
In favor of short resting?
I've literally been talking.
I see no hands.
I mean, V's meditating.
So yeah, short rest then.
Sure.
I mean, Josh is already rolling for red hat, so I think we got it.
Woo! I only needed to roll one of them. Damn. Didn't think I'd crit.
Irish just says she's gonna be staying here. Well, you guys go take care of that.
Have her cuddle up to the kobold. We need pets.
Keep watch over the kobold. Make sure he doesn't pee on the carpet.
Pretty much.
There's a carpet? Shit.
I just rolled a few extra times just to make sure I got it, because there's no way I'm gonna need another short rest. That bad. It'll be fine. Oh, it feels so nice to have accent search back again.
Did Iris lose the death ward that was cast on her? Yes, she did. Never mind.
Yeah, she got knocked out by the harvester, I'm pretty sure. So he had Veal open his eyes and looked at Alpheus and say, "So what did you learn?"
Our old shadow dragon friend is here.
Seriously? I don't know
Apparently, he
if
has
that's
a
worse.
portal here.
I don't know if that's worse or better than a dragon that we haven't met before.
Well, we just destroyed apparently what are some of his meals.
He'll get over it.
Breed awfully fast.
They do. I mean, you only need two. You don't even need a male and a female. They're kobolds.
Actually, can change gender at will, basically. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, I mean, it does take time for the metamorphosis to happen. Like I think it's over months.
Yeah, but at any time they screw it.
Yeah.
That's news to me, but all right.
I
No,
mean,
that's nautical. They can actually just change your gender at will, but
Yeah.
it takes a while to do so.
yeah. I mean, Alex brought it up multiple times.
Well, seeing as we won't run into any more kobolds other than these two, I'm sure it'll be fine. Apparently, there's a clay or rock or stone or some sort of golem in the room across the way with something called a Kibbler.
Like a kibble. You mean like dog food?
Kibble maker.
Yeah.
When you say
kibble maker,
dog food maker,
food for the kobold maker out of the blood, flesh, and bone of his enemy.
that's gross.
Yeah,
I mean, in real life, the
that's
only
also apparently his workshop. And then to the south, there are, I guess, brothers of kobolds or something, and they can breathe fire. And they have swords, armor, shields. There's a guy called Doggle, who's most likely the one that's walking on the gold.
so Dragonborn.
And yeah, I don't know. He just said that they were related to some weird degree.
That could mean anything. I don't. I could have sworn kobolds think that they're related to dragons.
I believe
Maybe
they
they
are.
I mean, kobolds refer to like every other kobold as brother or sister.
Well, that doesn't
They
narrow
couldn't.
anything down.
They could be related or not related. You don't know.
I mean, technically, we're all related if you go far back enough.
I need a plan from you guys. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what is the plan, guys?
We could go south and try to get all the gold and run and try to get away from the mechanisms upstairs
So,
and then get back to the keep.
who has that bag thingy?
Or we could destroy everything that's down here, deal with Ortello, maybe be able to get out of that unscathed, even though I'm pretty sure this is one of his quote unquote, this could be a quote unquote allied area.
I'd rather
And
not.
he would then take it as a point of action to get violent with us. We could go next door across the hall, take out the workshop, and then beat a hasty retreat, or maybe get something out of that. I don't know. Or we could just go upstairs, get back to the keep, and figure out what to do, at least outside.
I don't know about you guys, but Sail on the Dragon Sword does sound like a fun idea.
Need the funding to be quite plain.
Yeah, but do we have that bag thing? Because like, who the hell is carrying all this hoard?
I can carry a lot, and she'll look at Red Hat.
For the record, V is referring to the bag of holding that we got at some point, and that nobody has on their character sheet, as far as I can tell.
I mean, we'd say that Alpheus has it, just to speed it along.
Yeah.
I believe that between Red Hat and I, we can carry a solid haul from there.
Alright. Do you have a bag or something that you could throw it in?
I have a backpack.
I too have a backpack, but I'm not very strong.
Alright.
Go and we fight and we take what we can carry. How about that?
I mean, if we're not going for it all, I mean, if we're not going for it all, maybe it's not worth it.
I can carry a lot of gold.
Okay.
The only thing I worry about not fully dealing with I'm forgetting his name.
The thing that you
The guy
guys
that we destroyed before.
Oh,
Upstairs.
Malkin?
yeah.
I mean, he
Started by-
probably doesn't come back like within 24 hours of being destroyed. I hope.
Well, maybe, but also he'd then be trying to get after us if we don't fully destroy how he's been built back up to.
So you want to make sure Malkin's dead and then come back for the Dragon Horde after we clear out the top level?
Rather not clear. I'd rather get the horde and see about escaping.
Yes, and then we'd have a pissed off mechanical dragon that's now after us, has the ability to replicate and build almost numerous amounts
But he
of
doesn't have the
materials, and also has an army of kobolds and a shadow dragon that we've had some dealings with that we didn't really want to talk to you about. After us. Yes, that seems perfect.
I mean,
Gods.
I think assuming that we can get past Maka, not kill him, not through him, but past him, and then past the retrievers, I think we're home free.
Well, we'd still have to contend with him being like, alright, let's just send out feelers to see where they are. Oh, that's where they are? Alright, let's send all available mechanics except for the smith, who can just keep pumping out more. And be about
we could make a
getting.
chokehold and then, throw any parts that we get into lava. Make it probably a bit harder for them to be, retrieved and reused.
Alright, out of character, we do know that the alarm spell that Iris put up didn't go off. Did she share that with us?
I believe she did. I mean, it would have made an audible noise, and it wasn't too far from us, so we would have known too.
Yeah, and the parts were missing.
Yeah, the parts.
So we know nobody came in. I don't know.
It's will become magic.
I don't know.
How do you have less health than almost everybody in the party?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I only have +2 con. My character's not built to be durable. He's built to not be hit.
Don't hit me. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus, I have 10d, 1d10 plus 10 HP on a bonus action, so
Thinking at the very least, we're gonna take from the horde, right?
I mean, at least make the trip worth it. Otherwise, we risk our lives for nothing. Except maybe 2 kobolds who might not even get out with us. Assuming that we're taking them with us.
For your typical D&D group, that is definitely worth it.
Yeah, but V's a bit greedier than that.
So is Soul.
This is true.
I'm not greedy, we need the money.
We do need the money, plus, man, if I could get a better weapon, oh my god. You know how many magical weapons we have to go through before I find one that has finesse on it?
Don't you have one that has finesse on it?
Yeah, but it's only a +1, damn it.
So? It's
not good enough! I want more.
Alright, so do you want to just go and see what's going on about the Dragon's Horde then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. And he'll make a show of handing off the what is it? The bag of holding to V. Be like, here, if you guys want to take it, go ahead.
Oh, dude,
I
I'm
don't want it on
totally putting that on my character sheet.
Remember, I'm pretty sure we threw all the crap that we didn't need in it already. I don't remember.
I'll grab it and walk on.
No, he gave it to me.
He
gave it to me.
If Shimei tries to take it, he will not let her and give it to V.
I heard he doesn't want to take it. But,
No, I said I'm putting that on my character sheet. Is what I said.
Okay. I have bad hearing.
Dude, you have no idea how much, like, I brought it up earlier, but I have this, like, you know how when someone drops a weapon, like, they can just pick it up for free? If I put it in the bag of holding, they can't just pick it off the ground anymore. It's a tool that I will use to troll Josh later.
Alright, how you doing this?
Alright, armor up. Get my shield, get my sword. You want to use that bag of, what was it, bag of tricks? Alpheus, that you have?
Good.
I mean, we haven't ever used it. I wonder what it does.
So are you guys just gonna open the door, or are you gonna try to stealthily do it, or just...
Remember last time I tried to use stealth, Josh? I don't want to repeat my mistakes.
Honestly, Shiprio, if no one stops her, she'll probably just have a very bored look and open it casually.
But we didn't even set up yet.
If you want to set up...
Alright. The door opens and Doggo looks in surprise. Oh, Master! We were just... Wait a minute.
Yes, thank you for addressing me properly, even if... Ugh, Master.
He has a very dumbfounded look. Wait a minute! You're not the Master!
We're the master's guests.
Who are you?
You're correct, I am the mistress.
He has a blank look.
I'm gonna see how close I can get the Doggle.
Like intruders scheming to me!
No, we're incredibly ill.
Kill them! Kill the intruders!
Sacred flame on Doggle.
Hold on, don't do anything yet. As Noggle begins to give the order to attack, suddenly the room shakes and you see the portal up here begin to have a shadowy kind of like look around it. Tajak Doggle, see who then ekes retich eskes atashi. Doggle looks behind him. He looks annoyed. The other dragon wishes to speak to you.
The other dragon.
Is his name Martello?
Yes. How do you know him?
We told you we're his guests.
I see. I wish the master would have told us, but I suppose we can't deny you, so please step up the staircase. He looks very annoyed. He obviously doesn't like Ortello.
For you to command me.
He just looks at Alpheus like, I didn't think that would work.
North. I don't care you serve another dragon. Our master is the only master. He crosses his arms. The other kobolds look uncomfortable when he says that.
If he stands still, Elf will just throw like a little flick of a little sacred flame next to him, like in a square that's not him. Just
He'll just jump up. Hey, you may be our guest, but you can't just push us around.
Oh man, that makes it so funny considering I like, you know that thing where you walk past somebody and then you like forcefully brush up against them? You know that, Josh? I basically do that to Doggle as I walk past him.
You're just gonna do a line of shoulder checking a goddamn kobold.
Yeah, basically I do that.
Alpheus isn't. He's
Or,
just
more, the booming voice comes again from the portal. Sishenwa Doggle Wooks Wutanen Ve'ene Uxker Ve'sin. Doggle just sits down, crossing his arms, looking like a pouting child.
Yeah, we just bullied the shit out of Doggle.
Whenever ready, you can pass through.
I'll ladies first.
Goddamn right.
Red Hat just kind of shoves V out of the way and goes in.
I didn't know.
Have we been misgendering Red Hat this entire time?
Yeah, I literally V says that. Like, I didn't know
No,
he was.
no, he just thinks he's being cowardly.
He didn't do that to me. He just, in case anything bad happened, he wanted Shimray to get the brunt of it.
underneath his breath. V would probably hear this is. I have a bad feeling about this, and they walk in, and Alpheus joins them.
You appear before a frozen plateau. The air is dark. The snow is falling steadily onto your face as you feel it's cool, watery. It's very cold here and very dark. You do see there's several others here, not just Ortello. Welcome. It's been quite some time since we have seen each other.
Indeed. I feel as though we were all caught up in current events.
I have been busy as well. I suppose that is the life of a ruler, is it not? And you see out of the shadows just a smile towards Shimmery.
She'll give a, not necessarily a dismissive shrug, but yeah. I'm not really sure how to describe the motion, but yeah. Agreement.
I'm surprised to find you here. I never thought anyone would trample on the lair of Makin.
He had a curious display, as it were.
Then I take it that you have already defeated him?
Once, but apparently he's not permanently defeated so easily.
No. I myself have already defeated him twice.
You wouldn't happen to know how he comes back, do you? Would you?
Even to someone as great as I, it is still a mystery to me how he always returns. I suppose it has something to do with that empire he speaks of so much. Oh, what a shame. I was meant to meet with him today. I waited here for as long as I could.
If it's any consolation, we apologize for delaying your schedule.
No matter. I am not really that concerned. I do have to admit that I would find Marken far more formidable than I in some cases. So, it is not surprising that you were able to defeat him. He wasn't ready. He didn't anticipate your. Hmm. What is the word that you commoners use? Hmm. I cannot think of it. My common is not as good as the undercommon.
Fortunately, we left our draconic translator at home.
If it's
Hmm.
undercommon you prefer, she will say in undercommon.
No, it is quite all right. You are here as my guest. If you prefer me to speak a different language, then I shall.
Personally, I'd prefer the undercommon, but my guests might take exception to that.
Mm.
Well then,
Hmm. Very well. I do notice that you are missing two of your members. One that they called themselves Alizea, and the other was referred to as Sapphire.
Alizea is now on a different plane doing things as was requested of her. And Sapphire fucked off somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where.
I see.
fickle commoners.
Indeed. So, here we are, meeting once more. I will not show any disdain for Makin's death, as we both know that he will come back eventually. However, you did interrupt something that was quite important to me.
Hmm. Did it have anything to do with the horde that was in that room?
Hmm. Oh, no, I do not care much for his hoard. He can keep what little trinkets he has. I have a kingdom to run. I have no time to be counting such things.
So you wouldn't mind if we walked away with it after going back through the portal?
Do as you please. It is not my home.
So what did we interrupt then?
I wish to speak to you, in particular to your ruler. Whatever happened to Fenrir?
The fine details I know not, but he is no longer with us.
I see. Does your kingdom still strive then?
We do endure still.
I see. And who might be the new ruler now?
I have taken this mantle.
Ah, interesting. A drow taking control of the surface kingdom. Seems to have another one of those smiles of his.
Vita's looks none too pleased as usual.
Moving up in the world, I would say. Though I would probably take a guess that some of your underground brethren probably do not appreciate you associating yourselves with such surfacers.
They sent me here. I know not exactly what they expected me to do, apart from what they sent me for, but they've made their intentions clear. So I
Oh,
care not what they think of me.
perhaps that should change. I have still been trying to keep my promise of returning the Dark Elves to the surface, but the effort has been quite fruitless for the time being. In fact, that is the very reason why I am here trying to meet with Marken.
How would Makan have helped you with my kin?
We were attempting to establish a permanent site for a entryway from the Underdark. In an attempt to finally bring the drow to the surface.
Shimre's ears will probably perk up at this a little.
But as I said, it has been quite fruitless as Markin seems to, he sighs, for a dragon. He seems to kind of spit this word out like he doesn't see Markin as a dragon. He's like some sort of horrific experiment gone wrong to him. He is very eccentric and what you mortals would call insane.
I feel like we all noticed that in our interaction with him.
And none too sheltered, considering he doesn't realize that his precious empire is completely gone.
Hmm. I think he just truly believes that you could never possibly fall in the first place. But as Shimre and I know best, nothing
So
ever lasts.
that is true. Would you be against helping us clear the rest of that area? We could set up a. We could keep the portal there, keep it as a way for you to be able to send your drow through. In return, we get to keep control on the resources therein. Would that be dissatisfactory to you?
Hmm. As enticing as it seems, there's still one problem with that. Perhaps lower and lower.
Nice. Thanks.
Hmm. Where was I?
Perhaps in regards to getting us cleared from here.
Hmm. Perhaps a deal could be made, or something more final, something more binding. An agreement. Something that we can both do, and it will benefit both of us and achieve our goals. I attempted this before, but it seemed my word fell on deaf ears to your Alzea and Sapphire when I last spoke to them.
Is there something with which perhaps you are intrigued in?
It is something I would like to propose, but I'm not sure how you would take it. I would rather not get into a hostile interaction with you.
There's only one way to find out how we will acknowledge this offer. To be plain about it.
I will be frank with you, honest. I know much about your troubles currently troubling you in Lothram. I know many things. I am even well aware of your presence, something that you fear more than anything right now. You see the black smoke begin to settle down as it seems like it's getting ready for a long conversation.
If this is a long conversation, then I might as well be comfortable.
Oh, by all means. Men, if you could, please provide a table and some chairs for our dear guest.
Speaking about the jar around us, how do they react to me, considering I'm a surface elf?
They look at you with disdain, but you can tell they have a common fear of Ortello. And they're obedient and don't do anything.
Yeah. So if Ortella wasn't here, they'd probably try to kill me. Okay.
One of the drow comes up behind you with 2 chairs. The other 2 drow from the left and right bring out a table. You will notice that your chair is especially rickety and kind of seems old, and you can hear it quite often. It's uncomfortable to sit in. And then 2 more chairs are procured, and everybody's now can be settled. Red Hat, for his part, doesn't look like he wants to sit down, so he just continues standing there.
Alpheus will do the same to mending on the rickety chair.
He is very inclined to throw this freaking chair at one of these assholes. Ugh.
Now then, back to business. I understand that you have an enemy, one that I know very well.
You know our enemy well. Which enemy would this be?
The one you refer to as General Azura in the common tongue.
Indeed.
Come now, you haven't tried to take in account of where a dragon such as myself comes from.
I believe I made this check before, or I might or I might just be forgetting if Shimray did know this. I remember she was able to identify a decent amount of concerning information about him, but I'm not certain which session that was.
You can give me a history check right now. Can't really recall too much, but usually red shadow dragons are kind of born out of the deepest pits of the darkest of darkest areas within the Underdark. And some refer to it as the Void. Usually, the red shadow dragons are usually blessed with the gifts of Soul Invictus, though. Or, well, that's the official story. Since you didn't get high enough, there is hidden information there.
Hey Josh, is it still Civis Day?
No.
Okay.
You took the full rest, remember?
Yeah. Hmm. I'm not gonna actually do it, but just imagine if I summoned Civis right now to talk to her town.
Rather repress that.
In any case, suffice it to say, I do know your enemy well, and he could become a common enemy for both of us.
And what exactly is the exchange you were hoping for?
To put it quite bluntly, I wish for your kingdom to have a open mind, a opening for drow immigrants, and let me and you choose a location within your kingdom for a passage. Once the immigrants are within your own kingdom, of course, you will have full jurisdiction over them, and I will have no say what they do. They will become your citizens, or if you like, they can stay as slaves, or whatever you wish of them. That is not my concern. I am here to merely achieve a promise.
Shimri will look to the group. I have little qualm in housing those of my own blood. It is a question of funding and democratic approval.
Oh, yes, I do understand that this is quite forthright and very short order. Not to worry, I will attempt my best to alleviate some of your concerns. In exchange for this monumentous moment, this new beginning, as we can call it, I will offer personally my services in defeating your enemy. And when I say personally, I do mean myself. I also have knowledge on how to cancel one of The powers General Zura has. One that you probably already ran into.
Oh, I want to say something, but I don't. Oh, I don't know how to say it.
Shimray will ponder this for a time.
If you wish to know, he can disable General Zura's power of this. I missed Sharp.
But Shimray will take a moment. I'm not too certain on how close our land and territory is to the Underdark. I'm not certain if we'll even be able to.
You misunderstand. I am not actually asking for a grand construction of a tunnel. No. That would be awful. No, I have a certain ability, one you've already seen, in fact. I can establish a permanent link between our two kingdoms.
He looks like he wants to speak up. Like he's just sort of like waiting for permission, though.
The thing is, this is something Shimmer's been thinking about for a while. Well, I've been thinking about for a while. But I know how Shimray feels about this, and she doesn't have much else to say on this. If there's anything that you guys have,
I mean, there's very obviously like trying to get himself noticed right now.
I'm just more worried about what the rest of the council and our more political rivals, I guess you could call them, would say about us bringing back the idea. But if we could say, go back to what I'd proposed, we can keep it here. You already have one there. I'm sure it wouldn't take you long if we were able to set up some sort of communication that we would be able to then figure out how to defeat General Azura. You'd have one less enemy, we'd have one less enemy. You'd be able to get your Drow refugees out, and if we were able to have that, we wouldn't need. There would be one less need on our kingdom.
I
All in
don't
all,
understand. This place was only going to be a compromise for me. It is not that suitable of a place for this. As you can recall, Makin seems to never be able to truly die. How do you propose we take care of him? Or the fact that there is lava all over this floor?
well, we won't have to keep the portal down there. We'd be able to move it up to a higher one, maybe to a higher level. Maybe in that he'll turn to Shimray and glance over to V, and there's that cafeteria-esque building room that we'd be able to probably convert over. The main thing is, in your bouts with him, have you pushed him into the lava, and has he still returned, or have you just defeated him and left the pieces lying there on the floor? Because that's what we did, and somehow we didn't get any notification through one of the spells we had up that any of the parts had moved, and yet they were gone. So no one came and picked them up.
Hmm. I did throw his pieces one point into the great pool, but he seemed to return, though I do note it did take longer.
And perhaps it is the mechanism that made that flesh abomination that we defeated while we had to fight him. We destroy that, maybe it'll take him out of the picture. I don't know. I'm more wise than I am smart, but it seems sense to me.
He seems to look down, starts shaking his head. Hmm. And then you would propose that the drow walk 4 or 5 days down the mountain towards your kingdom. They would want to immigrate somewhere, not settle.
That is true, but how would our more political rivals feel about it? We're in a bit of a cat and mouse game right now, and I
We,
don't like to think too much about it.
but you'll finally lose his patience and just stand up. And continue to wait for someone to notice that he's standing so he can speak.
Yes, V.
It's quite obvious that I don't know how to say this, but it's obvious that I am a surface elf, and that, from my perspective, I'd want to stop this from happening. But, Otello, I want to make an offer. I won't get in your way, and I won't do my best to prevent this from happening from the political side, in exchange for knowledge of how to enter not General Reserve's realm, Sol Invictus's realm. There's something that I need to get from there.
Interesting. I haven't had much time interacting with surface elves. You do intrigue me. I could personally actually take you there.
So, in exchange for me not getting in the way as a political opponent,
Hmm. Well, if you're trying to get in my way in terms of being a political opponent, then I will just have to defeat you politically, won't I? Although, will your decision be one that everyone will uphold and take? Would they risk angering the drow people?
I definitely know a handful of the other counselors that aren't. We're not too excited seeing a drow ruler. I know I could get them on my side, but I am offering, perhaps, if that will help us cut this deal, that maybe I could be an ally. I cannot. I am not going to offer that I can make you succeed. But as long as I get the knowledge that allow me to enter Sol Invictus's realm, I will do this.
I suppose in the hmm, fairness of goodwill, I will accept this deal of yours.
Thank
I,
you.
this has to start somewhere, of course. Back to you, my blue friend. To answer your question, I don't know if you are aware, though you do live with a drow yourself, that drow do not take the sun quite so easily. And for them to have to travel so long with being exposed to it could harm them. Or make them so deterred that they won't stay.
That is a fair point. I just worry about what might happen at the keep. If a bunch of if we announce the plan of a shadow dragon building a portal and having drow come in when we have a drow ruler that people seem to be that is one of the people in charge that not everybody is a fan of.
On this
Hmm.
note, we could
And
make sheltered caravans that could protect them from the sunlight.
there could also be a third option here, a compromise, if you will. Perhaps just as we would like to come up there, perhaps some of your more adventurous types would like to come to the Underdark. Perhaps it would bring tourist attraction as well. Many adventurers and other such those that seek such a fleeting life could come to your kingdom, provide commerce.
I hadn't thought of that.
And I could personally give you a guarantee that none of your citizens who come to visit the Underdark will be harmed by any drow. And he looks towards the drow next to him, glaring at all of them in turn. Will harm any surfacers. They will not be enslaved. They will not be touched, unless, of course, they do break the law. That is where I would draw the line.
That would take care of my main arguments. I'm certain the rest of the council would be a bit understanding with that idea.
He gives another smile. I'm glad that we can finally start reaching a more understanding position. This is not purely here just to benefit myself, but I also want to make allies get something from it as well. And with the new arrivals of surfacers to the Underdark, it may finally change the drow. Have them become more understanding, perhaps to become what they once were back in their glory days.
My kin have grown too isolated. I find it may behoove them to get some fresh air.
You see some of the other drow kind of like they kind of have their face a little contorted, but they don't say anything. Although you will notice that this one doesn't seem too disgusted by the idea. A lot of drow do agree that sometimes, at some point, they would like to return to the surface.
Does that drow in particular share the disgust of me as a service elf? As the other one said?
I mean, yeah, probably none of the drow will like surface elves.
Yeah, fair. I mean, none of the service elves are gonna like drow. Even me.
Like, from their perspective, you're the ones that kicked them out and put them in the Underdark, sealed them away.
Where they belong.
I wouldn't say that if I were you.
Yeah. I mean, he's thinking it. Like, he's like, man, the things I do.
If we could work on this compromise and finalize it, and that you get approval of your council, wasn't? How droll. I, of course, make every decision myself, but I suppose I can't fault anyone else for trying something different. I mean, by dragon standards, what I'm doing is quite unlike me.
Give us some months to consolidate ourselves at home, I would say. And if you were to send a group, not very large, but perhaps haggard craftsmen or artisans, could give us a basis of which to argue.
Seems to nod slowly. So, I will tell you what this kind of essentially means from a GM and the kingdom stuff perspective. Essentially, you would be making a special building that would house the portal itself.
If I'm not mistaken, the foreign quarter might actually be very fitting for this exact situation.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's an actual building?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Also, essentially, Ortello. So there will be effects of the drow coming to the surface, and especially into your town. It will become a mix of negative, but also positive at the same time. Because the drow are a very hard race to work with in terms of like them coming back to the surface, them being the way they are. So it's going to be hard for um, them to, get used to the idea and change. Luckily, you have Ortello, who is ruling by fear, and they're being coaxed into doing his will, so he can help with that.
They might be a little bit more inclined to be with us and under our dominion.
That would definitely probably help. Though with you being a drow queen, they would probably expect you to run the kingdom more like a drow than like you have so far, which is more of like what a surfacer would run it as.
She's attempting to work something.
I mean, the fact that
Come on, we gotta teach these humans how to torture people.
luckily, the fact that V's already on the council as a surface elf kind of tempers their expectations against thinking that she runs like a drow. Because why the fuck am I here then?
Also, in exchange, Ortello will disable one of General Zero's abilities, which is the Call to Honor, and he will also help you in combat, but he will not actually be in the combat.
So what do I offer?
Yeah. Also, it will take a while to construct like a building and like for Ortello to make this portal. It will take some time.
We would reap the benefits and then just like cut ties with Ortello. Like, hey.
The foreign quarter is worth 30 BP.
Hopefully this dragon horde has enough.
To make an extension, it's actually going to be 50. In this case, you're making a specialized foreign quarter.
Yeah. So 50 total, not 50 added on to the foreign quarter, right?
Yeah, 50 total.
Okay, that makes sense. God, that's almost as much as like a brand new keep. Not the repaired keep, the brand new one.
Yeah, brand new one is 54.
Yeah. I thought it was off the top of my head 64, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. This would be considered like a wondrous construct, like your great bridge that you built.
I mean, it's literally a portal from the Underdark to the surface. So
it's moreover just all the extravagant awnings and a lot of shade.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely need to provide. You may need to build like a very specific homes as well that you might need to build for drow.
Yeah. But we're definitely going to need to build a night district because they're definitely going to be nocturnal for the foreseeable future.
And at some point, if you want to, you can actually approve of the build of like a drow city on the surface, which would be like a second settlement. Of course.
Dude, okay, for the record, we have got to make that like our like seedy underbelly where all the drugs are and shit, because like that's just where you'd find me all the time.
I feel like it's gonna have to be, given, drow.
Yeah, just imagine you're like, oh, where's V? Oh yeah, he's in the Drow City getting drunk.
It's just it's a prison city, like a prison world or whatever that you can build in some games.
Oh my god. That's if V ever becomes ruler. We just change.
But yeah, you would essentially have the option of doing that, where you would be able to gather enough drow of the race to make a drow city.
Yeah.
Good.
So is this what, have you guys come to agreement with this? You will have to, of course, talk to your council.
So did Ortello agree to give me what I need to get to?
Oh yeah, he'll take you
Yeah.
there. Want to go?
All right. Perfect.
Ortello will also say that, even though this will take over the course of several months, he will still join you in battle.
So is the agreement that I not oppose him, or that I help aid his cause?
Just don't oppose him. He's
Okay. Oh, at least I don't have to. Oh, I don't have to be nice to the drow. I just have to not fuck them over.
If you do it passive aggressively, you probably wouldn't be happy. Like
Yeah.
if you're like, oh yeah, the drow are great.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more worried about saving the god of death than to be petty as fuck like that. Though I am racist, so I have to think about it.
Also, I could also attend your council meeting and attempt to persuade those who might not be open enough for this. I will, of course, not show up in this form, as I can imagine that surfacers would not do so well with a dragon.
Yeah, I was about to say.
As our previous meetings have held, it may be wiser if we held that particular meeting in private. If you were to approach as a petitioner, that would be one thing, but the council meetings stay with the council.
I'm kind of on the fence with this, assuming that he wants to succeed. I don't know whether the cons or pros outweigh each other in both cases. So I'll leave that decision up to you, Shimray.
I mean, all one of us would have to do is just speak up and say, we have a messenger from someone who's willing to be used ally, and then
Something I forgot to mention, that any monster sheet that is drow in nature, like these drow elite warriors, are now up for recruitment.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have a night op.
God, there's a lot. I have a lot of drow sheets here. Here, I'll just give you a quick screenshot of what I've got.
Yeah. At the very least, if anybody has a drow backup character, it's gonna be very easy to get them into the kingdom.
Ironically, I don't. I was like, you know what? Let's make a trifecta one. I have a high for one of my backups.
Adjust it.
Mm-mm.
It's like, yeah, just take this goblin and make him 5 feet taller. They're probably not that short. They're probably not.
Oh, so it wasn't obvious. I prevented you guys from having combat because I want to wait until you have more numbers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I wasn't specifically going to combat Ortello.
Thank you for thinking of us. I mean, I kind of wanted to combat Ortello.
Maybe Doggle. Maybe we can shove Doggle around a little bit more.
What is it? Oh, there it is. Whoops, that's the wrong channel.
Man, I can't wait to see Doggo's reaction as we just start taking all of Malkin's money. Arachnomancer? Favorite concert? Ooh.
See, some of those would be like regular units, and some of those would be elite units. Okay. I'm just gonna let you know now. This is the end of the session. I'm gonna head out since we do not have Iris with us today. So
That's fair.
I hope you guys were satisfied with at least the role play and.
I mean,
finish
even
content.
if it's just like golden BP from Malkin's Sword, like I'd still be content just by the fact that I have the bag of holding on my character now, and I can use it to troll the shit out of you.
I mean, Alpheus is going to want it back. He just doesn't want to deal with.
Oh no! Oh no! It's
getting
mine. It's mine now.
He's going to want it back
Oh, it's mine now.
because it was mainly him being like, all right, you guys can take the horde and piss off the dragon. That was his main thing. He's going to want it back.
You're gonna have to fight me for it.
All right, bet.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful night, and I will
All
talk
right.
tomorrow or
Good night.
next
Right.
week.
All right. So
Good
combat.
night.
So combat at 10 paces, Ajax.
Yeah, you with a flintlock, me with an M911.
I can get this.
Oh,
Alright.
Ajax. Well, I just wanted to ask if you guys ever play another Total War game. I'd totally be up for it. I've been looking to play multiplayer with some people.
Wait, can multiplayer be done with more than two?
I have no idea.
I think maybe in the Total Warhammer series, maybe.
Maybe with a mod.
Yeah, they probably got mods for it.
Yeah. Oh, but you wouldn't be able to go on the leaderboard, and your speed run wouldn't, be viable. Sorry.
It was funny. I actually cannot play any other faction other than the Horde ones because I hate fucking the management system that works in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, Warhammer can get a little bit hectic.
Yeah.
It's like almost all your settlements are constantly at rebellion, and it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
I know that's usually the case for the Empire, but that's also because that's the primary mechanic of the Empire. You have to learn how to juggle the elector counts or some shit.
I really like playing the zombie guy, or not the vampire guys, because like you'll just have like somebody allied to you, or just like some random neutral, just run their dudes through your land, and just like they'll be like at half HP, and I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you fighting? Who are you fighting that you need to cross through my land and die?
Oh my god, the attrition system is pretty awful though. Like corruption or vampiric corruption, it like fucking kills so many units.
Yeah.
It's absolute garbage.
I mean, like, I like to imagine it's like the same sort of stuff like in Dwarf Fortress, where like if anything dies, it just comes back and starts fighting you. Like, one of your dudes died from, starvation because you're running through an enemy territory, and they just come back up and fight you.
You're gonna talk about like the fucking resurrected crow's leg.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about that too. Like you just cut your hair, and then the hair just starts fighting you.
Man, I haven't played Dwarf Fortress in a while.
Yeah, I want to play it, but I'm like, man, I don't want to have to spend like the 3 hours getting the base like foolproof because I'm an idiot.
I don't know. I just enjoy Dwarf Fortress, and I really like how it's simple but complicated as shit at the same time.
Yeah, no, but it's just setting up it's setting up the self-sustaining aspect that like it takes so long. I just want to get to the point where like everybody's like, you know,
Usually, I just rush to find gold and platinum, and then like just have traders provide me as much food as I need.
I usually buy all the alcohol from trade caravans.
Yeah, same. I buy all the food, all the cheese, all the beer. What?
I think last time I played, I spent like 20 hours like setting up this elaborate like
Man, now that makes me
corridor.
play. Now that makes me want to play Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah. Makes me want to play in a zombie biome or evil biome. Just have people's like just alpaca wool just coming back to life, and I'm just like,
I mean, hell, at least you're not playing in a hallowed fucking. Oh my god, a flying book! Oh my god, I'm on fire.
Is that in the new one? In the new
It
patch?
was in Genesis mod.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mod that I eagerly and dearly miss. I love that mod.
Yeah.
I had a Forgotten Beast, which was like a mix between a troll and a crab or something, and it killed all my military except for one guy, and the last guy was able to shoot it in the head and finish it off.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because since so many of the dwarves died, everybody went fucking crazy.
Man, I want to get a mod where like you can quick start with like you can make like it's sort of like with those like what are they called, prefabs, or like where you like copy and paste like a blueprint, but like you already have it all dug out, so I don't have to like wait. And then I'm like, oh, perfect. I built my elaborate setup once, and I could just instantly start with it again and just migrate people into it.
As far as I can tell, there isn't a way to get more than 2 players in a Total War multiplayer run.
Sad. Oh well.
I mean, Ajax loves fucking playing it. I'm sure that you two could play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we could always do 3-player Hoi 4, because I know, Soul, you like to play that sometimes.
Dabble.
I don't have Hearth of Arm.
Victoria 2 it is.
I have CK too.
Crusader 2 it is.
Who wants to? Are we not going to have that fight, Ajax? Why'd you leave Roll20?
Oh, I thought you were... Okay, yeah.
I mean, if you want it back, because I'm going to tell you, I really want the bag of holding, so I can do that one trick where I disarm somebody and then take their weapon and put it in the bag. Like there's the gymnastics of me like kicking it into a different tile.
I always wondered what happens if like you get a weapon where it's like a magical weapon that has the description it always returns to your hand, and you put it in the bag of holding.
Rips through the bag of holding. Oh, crap.
Oh, there goes the void. It's just leaking out now.
Yeah. But like that's what I wanted to do with generals. Like imagine if I could disarm him and then just like take his sword. It's like mine now.
Take his spear.
But the problem with that is that I don't have strength. So that's what I need the bag of holding for, is so I can take their weapon, put it in the bag, and then still use my own weapon.
Alright, well, I'm heading off for the night. Have a good night.
Night, Josh.
Night, Josh.
Alright. I'm keeping the bag.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to make it so that it's only melee? How do we want to do it?
I mean, if you want to go full hog and like use all of our abilities,
I'm fine with just doing basic bitch fighter fight.
Well, Alpheus is within 10 feet of Shimmery, so he gets +4 to his saving throws. I'll run off. Night, guys.
I'm kidding. You can keep it.
Oh, thank you.
I thought it was mainly you were gonna troll him by saying, "Oh yeah, I pull my bow out," which will or I do this, or I do that.
Yeah, like just
it was
imagine
you cycling through your weapons, not
Oh no, that's.
oh.
I
It's
mean,
just not,
I literally, if you looked at my visualize my character with like a backpack, his height, like he has a 10-foot pole, a shovel, a longbow that he straps to it when he's not using it, the shield when he's not using it. Like he has so much shit on his backpack. Like you want me to send show the character sheet?
no. I understand. I just didn't want it to be like, oh well, I drop it in there and I pull out this as a bonus action, and it was like,
Oh no, but like I can no, but that's why I just drop stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I often
Alright.
drop my bow. But yeah, it's to steal people's stuff. It's to like just imagine like you had that like bone collector, whatever it's
Like,
called.
what was it? Like earlier in the session with you and the dagger, you disarmed the guy with the dagger.
Yeah, and then I was like, I grab it with my teeth, except obviously that wouldn't work. But if I had the bag, I could be like, okay, I drop my sword, pick up the dagger, and now the dagger, like, I put my sword in the hilt and I pick up the dagger. And then I put the dagger in the bag of holding, and the next turn I pull out my sword again. And then the dagger's just gone. Except, like, imagine if it was a real fighter. Like, imagine if a dude, like, you look at it as, like, it's a monster character sheet, and it just has weapon attacks. What's he gonna do, punch me when I steal a sword? That's the point.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. Yeah.
That's why sometimes I'm like, well, it'd be really useful if I didn't have my shield on me. Like, if I wasn't using my shield, I'd just pick up the sword and put it in the bag. Because you could pick stuff up for free. Putting it away is the hard part. As a free interaction. But yeah, like I'm not doing any like cute like once I get a second bag of holding, I'll put them inside of each other and open a vortex.
We're gonna blow up the world.
Yeah. But just imagine someone has a MacGuffin, and I'm like, I know what to do.
Yeah, no, that would be good.
Like like okay, take for example Shimbre. I disarm Shimbre and I take her whole weapon and put it in my bag.
Oh my god, you'd Mary Poppins that shit.
Like it would just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
What is Shimbre gonna cast spells on me? Is she gonna punch me to smite me?
I don't know if you could rule that. That, and I think she may have I don't know if she has a backup weapon.
Yeah.
I can check.
I have, but I can do that 5 times. I can do that 5 times. So she pulls out like a javelin, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that one too. Like as long as I hit and she fails the DC, it drops, and then I, go through the mode. Or I could put my weapon back, and then pick up her weapon, and then just stab her with her own weapon. Like I could ruin her weapon. Like if I ever intend to kill her, I could do funny things. But yeah, that's why I wanted the bag of holding is because like it doesn't really work unless I have like a place to put it.
Soul really needs to clean up Shimre's inventory.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm seeing the spear, but they just took that spear back.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like that? Like I have like the statue of Sisyphus and like several different potions from Alphaba. And I don't have a 10-foot pole. I have an 11-foot pole.